Hey everyone, welcome back to Travel and Tales. If you're new here, we are so glad you found us. Hit that subscribe button to join us on more incredible journeys across the globe. And to our returning subscribers, thank you so much for riding along with us. Your support means the world. Don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment below to let us know what you think of today's adventure. Today, we are taking you on a special journey from the UK to the Netherlands, starting at Birmingham International Airport and heading all the way to the charming and historic city of Leiden. It's an exciting trip for us because it's our very first time visiting the Netherlands, and we can't wait to explore, experience, and share every moment with you. From the airport vibes to the train ride into the heart of Dutch culture. This is going to be a memorable adventure, so come along for the ride. We'll be flying into Schiphol Airport before making our way by train to Leiden, where we'll be spending time at Leiden University Medical Center. It's a mix of travel and purpose, part adventure, part academic visit. So you can expect some cool travel tips, behind the scenes moments, and a glimpse into life around one of the top research hubs in Europe. Our journey began in the charming town of Aberystwyth, where we hopped on a train bound to Birmingham International Airport. If you're planning a similar trip, taking the train is one of the most convenient and scenic ways to get there. No need to worry about traffic or long term parking. We chose to arrive a day early and spend the night in Birmingham. This not only took the stress out of travel, but also allowed us to rest before our flight. It's a tip we'd recommend. When traveling long distance or with little ones, giving yourself that extra buffer can make all the difference. You want to be at the airport early enough to navigate check in and security without a rush, especially if you're flying during peak hours. Birmingham Airport has come a long way in recent years, and one of the standout improvements is its upgraded security screening technology. The process is now much smoother and faster, especially with the new CT scanners that no longer require passengers to remove liquids and laptops from their bags. Huge win for travelers. Checking in was straightforward. If you're flying with a toddler like we were, here's a tip. Try to check in online beforehand to save time and consider bringing a stroller that folds easily. It can be a real lifesaver in long queues or during gate changes. Make sure your essentials, nappies, wipes, snacks, and a small toy are easily accessible in your cabin bag. We also recommend politely asking at the counter if there are any open rows or extra seats available. Staff are often accommodating for families. Going through security was surprisingly smooth, thanks to the airport's new high tech screening systems. As mentioned, no need to unpack your liquids or electronics. Just place your bags on the belt and go. With a toddler in tow, this made life so much easier. Once airside, we explored the food options. There's quite a good range at Birmingham Airport, from quick bites to sit down meals. We grabbed something light from Pret a Manger, but for those wanting a relaxed meal, there's a giraffe and Weatherspoons, both family friendly. For travelers looking for a bit of comfort, the Aspire Lounge offers a quiet space with complimentary food and drinks. It's worth checking out if you have time before your flight. And of course, you can't pass through the airport without browsing duty free. From skincare to spirits and sweet treats, there's plenty to browse. Even if you're not buying, it's fun to explore. As we sat near the gate waiting to board, there was a quiet buzz of excitement in the air. This was our first time traveling to the Netherlands, and it felt like the start of something special. There's always a mix of anticipation and a little nervousness when you're visiting a new country, especially when you're traveling as a family. But it was a moment to pause and reflect on how far we'd come, the memories made so far in the UK, and the new experiences waiting for us just across the North Sea. Traveling always brings a shift in perspective, and this trip was no different. With passports ready and a boarding pass in hand, we were set to embark on the next chapter of our adventure, from the heart of the UK to the canals and the culture of the Netherlands. Today, we are flying with the KLM Royal Dutch Airlines from Birmingham to Amsterdam, and I have to say, it's already shaping up to be a smooth and enjoyable experience. This is a short haul flight, just under 1 hour, But KLM doesn't skip on comfort or service. The cabin is clean, the seats are surprisingly comfortable for such a quick journey, and the staff super friendly, welcoming, and professional. What's even more impressive is that there's onboard Wi Fi, even on such a short flight. So, whether you want to stay connected, update your socials mid air, or just browse in peace, you're sorted. For us, traveling as a family, these little conveniences make a big difference. As you take off from Birmingham, the view from the window is absolutely stunning. England's green countryside stretches out beneath us like a giant quilt, rolling fields, winding roads, and tiny rooftops clustered together. It's one of those moments where you're reminded of just how beautiful the world is from above. As we get closer to the Netherlands, the scenery starts to shift. Out the window, we spot perfectly aligned wind turbines and a network of canals cutting through the land. Classic Dutch precision visible even from the sky. If you're sitting by the window, don't miss this. It's not just travel, it's a view into how different countries organize their world. What really stands out is how quick and efficient short haul travel in Europe is. One moment you're in the UK and the next you're descending into a whole new culture, language, and landscape. Unlike long haul flights where you're bracing for hours in the air, this feels more like a quick hop, no jet lag, no fuss. And even though it's a short ride, you still get a snack and drink on board. KLM makes sure the journey feels complete, not rushed. If you're traveling across multiple cities in Europe, this kind of flight is honestly a game changer. Fast, smooth, and surprisingly enjoyable. As we stepped off the plane and got our first real glimpse of the Netherlands, the difference in atmosphere was instantly noticeable. Everything felt bigger, busier, and yet incredibly calm and well organized. Compared to the UK, and especially compared to Aberystwyth, the small coastal town where we study, Schiphol felt like a whole different world. In Abba, life moves at a gentler pace. You're used to quiet streets, familiar faces, and the sound of seagulls echoing off stone buildings. Here at Schiphol, it was the hum of international voices, rolling suitcases, and sleek architecture all around us. It was exciting, slightly overwhelming, but in the best way possible. Despite being one of the busiest airports in Europe, Schiphol is surprisingly easy to navigate. The signs are clear, bilingual, Dutch and English, and the layout is efficient. Everything from passport control to finding our baggage was seamless. It's impressive how such a large, fast paced place can still feel welcoming. And speaking of large, Schiphol handles over 70 million passengers a year and stretches out like its own mini city. That's a pretty big leap from Aberystwyth, where the entire train station might see just a few hundred people a day. It's a reminder of how vast and interconnected the world really is, and how travel can take you from a quiet seaside town to the heart of Europe in just a few hours.
You just like the bad girl. 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 In me, she's the best. Easy with the sad girl. She'll put you to the test. Now she's just a mad girl. Laying on your chest. Let her go out with it. Go up and down with it. You just like the bad girl. In me, she's the best. Easy with the sad girl. She'll put you to the test. Now she's just a mad girl. Laying on your chest. Let her go out with it. Go up and down with it. I get addicted to the wrong things. You come along searching for one thing. One near you and then I'm out here feeling alive. I'm out here feeling alive. You just like the bad girl. You just like the bad girl. You just like the bad girl. In me, she's the best. Easy with the sad girl. She'll put you to the test. Now she's just a mad girl. Laying on your chest.
Once we cleared airport security and picked our luggage, the next step in our journey was getting to Leiden. Just outside the arrivals area at Schiphol, we found ticket vending machines that were easy to use and offered instructions in English. Within minutes, we had our train tickets in hand. No queues, no fuss. Now, here's where things got really exciting. For the very first time, we were boarding a double decker train, and yes, we made a beeline for the upper deck. The train was incredibly clean, spacious, and comfortable, with the wide windows that gave us sweeping views of the Dutch countryside as we glided towards Leiden. One thing that immediately stood out was the punctuality. The train arrived exactly on time and departed just as scheduled. No delays, no platform changes at the last second. Coming from the UK, where train disruptions are something of a national sport, this kind of reliability felt like a breath of fresh air. The ride itself was smooth and scenic. We passed lush green fields, charming Dutch houses with sloping roofs, and canals that seemed to stretch endlessly across the landscape. It was one of those travel moments where you find yourself completely in awe, watching a new country unfold through the train window. Comparing the Netherlands' public transport to that of the UK, especially from the perspective of smaller towns like Aberystwyth, it's clear how much thought has gone into connectivity and ease of use here. Trains are frequent, efficient, and well integrated with other forms of transport. You don't need a car to get around. which is a real plus if you're traveling as a visitor or student. This leg of our journey was more than just a commute, it was an experience in itself, a perfect introduction to Dutch efficiency and hospitality, all from the comfort of a double decker seat. As we stepped out of Leiden Central, the scene before us was like something straight out of a storybook. The first thing that struck us was how effortlessly bikes ruled the city. There were hundreds, maybe thousands, parked in every direction, a true testament to the Netherlands' famous cycling culture. Beyond that, the architecture was both historic and charming. Tall, narrow buildings with gabled facades, cobblestone streets, and rows of picturesque canals weaving through the city. Like silver ribbons, it was beautiful, calm, and bursting with character. Leiden is not just any city, it's a place steeped in history and learning. Known as the birthplace of Rembrandt and home to Leiden University, one of the oldest and most prestigious university in Europe, this city has long been a hub of innovation, culture, and academic excellence. Everywhere you turn, you feel the presence of the past meeting the rhythm of modern life. Museums, cafes, and old windmills tucked beside research centers and student hangouts. This marked the end of our journey, from the coastal quiet of Aberystwyth to the vibrant bike-lined streets of Leiden. It was a seamless transition across countries, cultures, and landscapes, all in a single day. And as first impressions go, the Netherlands absolutely wowed us. There's something about the energy here, organized yet relaxed, rich in culture yet forward thinking, that makes you instantly curious to explore more. We can't wait to dive deeper into the city and share more of our experience with you. Until next time, this is Travel and Tales signing out. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow along for more travel and culture content.